Parenting Unplugged is a raw, real, and refreshing take on modern parenting without the filters, sugarcoating, or guilt.
Hello, sleep-deprived parents, soon-to-be parents, and those of you who are simply here because you are curious about what sleep deprivation does to human brain. Welcome to Parenting Unplugged, the podcast where we talk about the real side of parenting, the messy, exhausting, ridiculous side that nobody warns you about. I'm your host, Tia Grace, and today we are starting strong with the biggest transformation you ever go through as a parent. We are going to talk about sleeping before kids versus after kids. You might even think, who even am I? Because let's be honest, we don't just lose sleep when we have kids. We lose our entire identity as a well-rested person. Before kids, sleep was an experience. You went to bed when you felt like it. You woke up when your body was ready. You took naps because you wanted to, not because you were so exhausted that your body just shut down. Now, sleep is a luxury. Sleeping in means waking up at 7 a.m. instead of 5:30. Napping means passing out for 3 minutes before someone screams, "Mummy!" And the resting means collapsing on the sofa after bedtime and too exhausted to actually enjoy your free time. So today we are going to compare life before kids versus after kids, talk about sleep regression, what they are and why they happen, break down what sleep deprivation actually does to your brain and mental health and why we feel like zombies, and most importantly, share practical ways to survive without losing your mind. If you are currently listening to this at 2 a.m. while rocking a baby, wondering if you'll ever sleep again, you are not alone. Let's take a moment to remember the lost art of sleeping before kids. The good old days. Do you remember when you had complete control over your bedtime? You could stay up late watching Netflix, scrolling social media, and reading some random Wikipedia rabbit hole about the history of a toothbrush, or something other random things. Wake up when your body was ready, not because someone was screaming in your face, and take a nap just because. Before kids, if you were tired in the middle of the day, you could just close your eyes and sleep. Now, you have to negotiate a nap like you are negotiating Brexit. You need a 5-step plan, a blackout curtain, and the blessing of the sleep gods to get even just one. Once you have a baby, your relationship with sleep is over. These are the main stages of baby sleep. The first one is the newborn stage, which is 0 to 3 months. Sleep happens in 45 minutes bursts. You wake up more exhausted than when you went to bed. You develop a sixth sense for baby noises. The smallest ground will wake you up, but your partner will sleep through an actual house alarm. The next stage is the infant stage, which is 3 to 12 months. They start sleeping longer until they don't. Sleep regression hits like a horror movie jump scene. You think you've cracked the code and then bam, another sleep regression happens, or teething, what I called. After the next stage, I'll come back and talk more about sleep regression and why it happens and what it is exactly. So the third stage of baby sleep is the toddler stage, which is 1 to 3 years. Sleep refusal becomes an Olympic sport for them. Suddenly they need to, one more cuddle, one more story, one more snack. They have so many important questions, such like, do we sleep? They wake up at 5 a.m. like tiny alarm clocks set to ruin your life. Back to the topic of sleep regression. What is it exactly? According to the Gentle Sleep book, babies go through major developmental leaps at certain ages that mess up their sleep. Just when they start sleeping longer, their brain decides to grow, and suddenly they are waking up every 45 minutes. The sleep regression stages and why they exactly happen. So the first one, the 4 months sleep regression, aka the big one. Your baby stops sleeping like a newborn and starts sleeping like an adult, except they don't know how to link sleep cycles yet. They wake up constantly and looking for help falling back to sleep. I remember reading about this sleep regression, and when my child was 3 months old, and I thought, it's not going to be that bad. I was wrong. It was bad. The next one is the 8 to 10 month sleep regression, aka crawling means no sleeping. Around this time, baby starts moving, pulling up and crawling. Their brain is so busy learning new skills that it forgets how to sleep. The next one is the 18 months sleep regression, aka why are you doing this to me? Separation anxiety kicks in, suddenly bedtime becomes a battle, and they start waking up at ungodly hours. The next one is the 2-year sleep regression, aka you are messing with me on purpose. They fight bedtime like it's a legal negotiation. Some drop naps too early, and then by 4 p.m. they are melting down in the supermarket. I remember I tried to explain my toddler why sleeping is so important. Her response was, no. We are going to look into the science of sleep deprivation. So, what the Gentle Sleep book says about sleep deprivation is that chronic lack of sleep affects brain function, mood, and memory. You lose an average of 44 days of sleep in the first year. Yes, you heard it. 44 days. That's over 1,000 hours. That's why you forget why you walked into a room, put the TV remote in the fridge, feel emotionally unstable because exhaustion turned you into a ticking time bomb. So how sleep deprivation affects mental health? It increases stress hormone, so less sleep, more cortisol, which makes you feel on edge all the time. It makes you more emotional. That's why you cry at a TV advert and feel like everything is 10 times harder than it is. It also impacts decision making. Have you ever tried making a rational parenting decision while running on 3 hours sleep? It doesn't end well. Sleep deprivation makes everything so dramatic. So how to survive sleep deprivation? According to the Gentle Sleep book, you should lower your expectations. Sleep won't be perfect. Accept it. And stop comparing yourself to the one smug parent whose baby sleeps through 12 hours straight. Be consistent. Whatever approach you take, gentle sleep methods, sleep training, or co-sleeping, whatever it is, stick to it for at least 2 weeks. I remember I switched bedtime routine 5 times in a week because I was so desperate. To be honest, it made things worse. Don't do it. Take turns with night walks. If you have a partner, make a plan. One night you sleep, next night they sleep. If you don't have one, whenever you can, even if it means you sleep in the car whilst you are waiting for your older child at the school pickup. It's never too late to sleep train suggests sleep training can help, but only if you are comfortable with it. Consistency is key. Whatever method you choose, stick to it. And self-care is critical. You need rest too, not just your baby. Eat real meals, get outside. Sunlight actually helps to reset your sleep cycle. So, what did we learn today? We used to sleep like royalty. Now we just survive. Science confirms sleep deprivation turns us into zombies. You can survive this with caffeine, teamwork, and low expectations. So next time we are going to talk about, are we doing sleep wrong? Myth, culture, and the past. We'll explore why other cultures don't stress about baby sleep like we do in the UK. And then until then, take a nap, drink the coffee, and keep surviving. See you soon. Bye.
Let's ditch the perfection and embrace the realness of parenting unplugged. New episodes every week. See you soon.